What if you could create a digital version of yourself once, and then use it in unlimited videos, ads, and social content forever? No camera, no studio, no reshoots. Just a folder of photos you already have on your phone. That is exactly what we are walking through today using a tool called Kling, and the results are genuinely shocking. Here is the problem that anyone who creates content for a business runs into. You need a human face. Not a logo, not a stock photo, an actual person to represent your brand, demonstrate your product, or show up in your ads. And getting that content is expensive. A single UGC shoot can cost hundreds of dollars. A brand ambassador deal costs even more. And every time you need new content for a new product or a new campaign, you are back to square one, booking shoots, coordinating schedules, and paying again. Even if you are the business owner and you are willing to be on camera yourself, you need lighting, a decent camera, maybe a microphone, and you need to carve time out of your actual job to film and edit. Most people just do not do it. They use static images and wonder why their ads underperform. The solution is building a reusable AI character from real photos of an actual person, you, a team member, or someone you work with. You upload 20 to 50 photos of that person, run them through the Kling model, and it creates a consistent AI version of that person. Once that character exists, you can drop them into any scenario you want, holding your product, standing in front of your store, walking into a meeting, sitting at a desk. Anything. You do this setup once. From that point forward, generating new content takes minutes, not days. The character looks the same across every piece of content because it is built from real reference photos. It is not a cartoon avatar. It is not a weird AI face that looks slightly wrong. When done right, it is remarkably realistic and completely reusable. Let me walk you through what makes this pipeline work before we get into the actual steps. The first thing to understand is that Kling is a video generation model. It is not just an image generator. That matters because the output you are creating is not a static photo of your AI character. You can generate short video clips of them moving, gesturing, walking, talking. That means you can build actual video ads, social content, and product demos, not just thumbnails. Second, the quality of your input photos determines the quality of your AI character. This is the most important variable in the whole process. You want 20 to 50 photos minimum. You want a range of angles, straight on, slightly left, slightly right, looking up, looking down. You want different lighting conditions so the model understands the person across more contexts. You want a mix of expressions, neutral, smiling, engaged. The more variety in the input, the more flexible and consistent the output character will be. Third, once the character is created, it lives in your Kling account as a saved reference. Every time you generate new content, you pull from that same saved character. That is what makes this a pipeline rather than a one-time trick. You are building an asset. And fourth, this works for anyone, not just the business owner. You could build a character from photos of a team member, a real customer who gave you permission, or someone you hired for a one-time photo session. Once you have the photos, the ongoing content cost drops to almost nothing. Now let me walk you through the exact process step by step. Step 1 is gathering your photos. You want at least 20, ideally 30 to 50. Pull them from your phone, from past social posts, from any shoots you have already done. The goal is variety. Do not just grab 20 photos from the same day. You want different days, different outfits, different locations and lighting. Portrait orientation works best, but landscape is fine too. The face should be clearly visible in most of them. Blurry photos or photos where the face is far away or partially obscured will hurt your results. Once you have your photos collected, create a folder and name it something useful, the person's name or your brand name. You are going to upload this folder to Kling, so having it organized ahead of time saves confusion. Step 2 is uploading to Kling and creating your character. Go to klingai.com and look for the AI character or portrait feature. Kling updates their interface fairly regularly, but the core workflow is consistent. You will find an option to create a reusable character from reference images. Upload your photos in batch, most of them at once is fine. The system processes them and builds an internal model of what this person looks like across different conditions. Give the character a name you will recognize. This is the label you will see every time you go to generate new content, so make it descriptive, something like Sarah Brand Ambassador, or your own name if you are building a character of yourself. Once the character is created and saved, you are ready to generate content. Step 3 is generating your first piece of content. This is where it gets exciting. You select your saved character, write a text prompt describing the scene or action you want, and Kling generates a short video clip of your character in that scenario. For your first test, keep the prompt simple. Something like, person standing outdoors, smiling, looking at camera, soft natural light. See how it renders. Check if the face looks consistent with the reference photos. Most people are genuinely surprised at how accurate it is on the first try. From there, start testing more specific prompts. Person holding a product, describe the product in the prompt. Person walking into a building. Person sitting at a desk looking at a laptop. Person in a kitchen. Each of these becomes a usable content clip. Step 4 is building a content library. This is the real payoff. Once your character is working well, spend an hour generating 15 or 20 different clips across a range of scenarios. Walking outside. Standing in a product setting. Sitting casually. Looking engaged. Gesturing while talking. Some smiling, some serious. You are building a library of reusable assets. Then when you need a new ad or a new piece of social content, you are not booking a shoot, you are picking from a library and putting together a new edit in minutes. That hour of generation work pays off every time you need new content going forward. Let me put some numbers on why this matters. A typical UGC video for a product costs somewhere between $200 and $500 to commission. A brand ambassador deal where someone posts regularly on your behalf can run $1,000 a month or more. And a professional photo and video shoot can easily hit $2,000 once you factor in the photographer, location, and editing. With an AI character pipeline, your upfront cost is the time to gather photos and the Kling subscription. From there, you are generating content for essentially nothing per piece. If you run ads regularly or post consistently on social media, the math becomes very clear very fast. Beyond the cost argument, there is also a consistency argument. A real person has good days and bad days. Their look changes. They might not be available when you need them. Your AI character looks exactly the same every single time, in any scenario you need, on demand. It is worth being honest about what this is and what it is not. This approach is not going to replace every kind of video content. For YouTube videos like this one, for tutorials, for personal brand content where your authentic voice matters, you still want to show up as yourself. The AI character approach is most powerful for ad creative, for product demos, for social content that needs volume and variety, and for scenarios where you need to show a person but producing that footage traditionally would be prohibitive. It is also worth knowing that AI-generated content policies are evolving on most platforms. For paid advertising especially, make sure you are current on the platform's disclosure requirements. Transparency with your audience is always the right call. That is the full pipeline, the photos in, AI character out, unlimited content from there. If you want to see more workflows like this for non-technical business owners, subscribe and hit the bell. Every week I cover one specific AI tool or workflow with a step-by-step breakdown, no fluff and no technical jargon. Drop a comment below if you have tried Kling or if there is another AI tool you want me to break down next. I read all of them.